I took, a little bit of inspiration from one guy, a little bit of inspiration from another guy, and then my own little bit and put it together. And now I feel like I kind of have an original idea now, and that's all artistry is stealing from other people. Never think there's an original idea. No such thing. Everything is stolen from somebody else. That is for sure. They just change it just enough you don't recognize it, And so that's kind of the process of that, I guess, developing this newest style here. And I like it a lot. But even this now I've been doing for a few months, and I'm starting to branch it out a little more. Like I said, get a little more realistic with it and see where else I can take it, from here. But yeah, it's a tough kind of thing though, because in music, I ran into a blockade eventually that I felt like I couldn't get past, and it was playing like actual piano. And like I can dabble through a song and stuff like that, but I didn't feel like my skills were improving. And then my rapping hit a kind of a plateau also, where I felt like I maybe ran out of things to say or something, or just, I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't getting better anymore. Where with the artistry, I feel like almost every painting I see an improvement, And so that was something else, is realizing, seeing what are you improving in and what is kind of stagnating you. And that was something tough, but that's also what made me realize, I'm jumping into artistry here, because I see the improvement almost every single time. I must be doing something right, with this stuff, rather than with the music. Kind of felt like it plateaued a little bit. Don't get me wrong, pretty good, I guess, but, just felt like it wasn't getting better, and I was like, how am I supposed to go to the next level if I can't get past this plateau over here for some reason? But who knows? Maybe I just need to practice a little more rapping. It's been a while, but we'll see.
Well, that's an interesting topic that you bring up, which is kind of like, should you do what you love as a means to make money, right? In a way. And I was watching this video on LinkedIn not too long ago where this guy was saying, doing what you love, and I don't know how much I agree with that, but he's like, doing what you love as a career is he essentially said is for stupid people. But his whole point that he was getting at is that the only people that will tell you to do what you love are people that are rich and have already made it.
Right, exactly. No, true.
Be able to say that. But I think that more often than not, it's almost like a mix of both, right? Something that you enjoy doing, and also something that other people like. Like, your example just made me think about that, because, you enjoy the drawing and you also enjoy the music and the other things that you were doing. But to an extent, it's almost like, yeah, I like all these things, but the one thing that I seem to be improving on, and the one thing that people seem to like, is the art side. So let me lean into that. And I'm sure as you continue to see success, then you'll continue to love it more. You know what I mean? So it's
right, kind of like, exactly. That's my thought. I'm hoping with that one there, but yeah, no, you kind of hit it right on the head there with that. Whatever you watch, I feel like I might've seen something along those lines, because I heard someone say that too. Don't do, the dude I was thinking of, he said, don't do what you love, do what you're good at, type of a thing. And I was like, and then you'll start to love it because you're good at it. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense, in a way there too. But I guess one of those toughest things is finding something that you're good at too. Because again, it's that thing of people try something once and I suck at this, so I'm not going to do it. And it's like, again, of course you suck at it. You just started. It's your first time. So you got to, put in that, again, just for me, it's the 6 months, like 6 months to actually see an improvement upon something, or to actually learn something. It takes about, that 6 months range. But I get it. Not everybody has 6 months to just dedicate to something, or just can put their nose to the ground like that. But it's just like, unfortunately, I feel like, at least for me, that's been the way I've discovered what I'm good at, I guess, in a way. Because I've done 100 different things too that I was terrible at, but that I liked, but I was just bad at it, so it was just like one of those things that, I don't know, like you said, the more I do it, I recognize the progression, and the progression was what makes me love it. And then, the fact that other people love it is what makes it seem lucrative, so that's where I'm at right now. It's just, hey, it's going good. Let's keep trucking at it, see what happens. But you got to keep putting in that effort too. Don't get complacent. That's something that's tough as well, is wanting to be like, that's something I find with my artistry sometimes, is I'm like, I'm just going to, take it easy. I'm going to do an easier painting. Let's do something simpler or whatever. And don't get me wrong, it's good to enjoy yourself and just do it for fun. But I don't know. I don't feel like I'm there yet to relax. So I'm like, nope, each painting I got to kind of have to push myself a little harder. You know, this one's a little more realistic. This one has a little more dynamic to it or something, you know, or just something that I feel like I was failing in the last one. Oh, my perspectives were a little off in the last one. Let's make sure this picture has a crazy perspective. So I really forced myself to focus on that, you know, and so that's something, I guess criticizing yourself in a way too is something I feel is lacking a lot, especially in like the younger generations, of being able to be like, you're not perfect. Like you weren't, you like, don't get me wrong, it was cool, but you could still be better. Like even when I was winning state championships in sports, my coaches would still tell me what to improve upon, you know, and it wasn't because I wasn't good enough. It was just that, no, you did good, but here's how you could be even better, you know? And it's like, that's what you need. You need to be able to tell yourself that in a way, or also recognize where you're lacking and where you're not lacking. That's something that's tough as well, I find, for people, is that they always, a lot of artists ask me, you know, they hit me up from like, hey, could you like, you know, listen to the song or check out my painting and stuff and give me some feedback on it. And I think what they're expecting me to tell them is like, hey, good job. This is really cool. Fantastic work. Keep doing what you're doing. But it's like, no, you asked for criticism. I'm going to tell you what I think could be better. And I try to always hit them with like 2 positive things first. This is what I love about this, 2 things, but here's the one thing that I think you can improve upon. But even when you're nice about it, they will get so salty and so mad at you about it. And I'm like, you asked me like for the criticism. I don't know what you want from me. Like, you know, and then don't get me wrong, you don't have to fix it. That was just my opinion of it, you know, but yeah, I don't know. That's something. I love criticism. Please critique my work. Tell me what you think is wrong. You know, that way I can either improve upon it and fix it, make it better, or I can look at it and be like, no, your opinion's whack. Like, you know what I mean? But at least make me aware of something that, you know, maybe I'm lacking somewhere, my blind spot, because we all got them, you know, we all got blind spots. But being open to criticism and stuff too, huge thing in the creative game, or just really any progressive game in general, whether that's working out or starting a business, you got to be able to take criticism. You know, most people are trying to kind of help you, even though they might be rude about it or harsh about it. It is something that's going to make you better if you fix it, you know? So yeah, that's just my thoughts with criticisms and judgments, you know? I don't really get too hurt by that stuff, you know, anymore, at least.
Well, it's almost, it's so rare that somebody will do something once or try something once, and that's going to be their passion for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
I was talking to this entrepreneur. I haven't posted that video yet, but I actually used to work for him. I work in IT. I don't know if I told you, but he owned the company that I was a part of. It's been a while, like 6 years ago. But anyways, like we were walking through his life, and this dude did like everything under the sun. Like he was a firefighter at a point. He tried to do photography at a point. He he was part of the police force for like 10 years. And then eventually, after trying all these things in a span of like 15 years, he discovered not only was he good at IT and technology, but he could also make a living out of it. And for a really long time, he did both the police work and he did the technology until he was able to move on to that. But like what I really learned from that conversation is that, man, like, you know, it seems like a long time that we're on this earth, but it really isn't, you know, and you should really enjoy this journey. I mean, try out things, you know, figure out, the fun is going to be in the journey, not where you end up. Life is so short. At the end of the day, why not explore all these different things? What? Because somebody's going to judge you and say that, you know, you're trying too many things or that you're not decisive. Well, I mean, at least you tried and you know the stuff that you don't like from it. What does the person that has done one thing for 30 years have to say?
Yeah, exactly. No, I will totally agree with you. I'm all about that. Yeah, try new things. I'll try anything once is what I kind of say, you know, within reason. But like, that whole thing of trying things. Yep, exactly. You just do it, you know. Nike said it best, or Shia LaBeouf said it best. Just do it, you know. Exactly. Like, why do you care? You're not a professional. So if someone judges it, that's fine. You know what I mean? It's like, it's whatever. And to be honest, no one's even going to carry your first projects of anything. So don't take that weight off your shoulders. Nobody's waiting for your album. Nobody's waiting to see your painting or your photos or hear your business idea. But if you do develop it in your own time and it does turn into something and they do notice it, boom, now you're on. Now you're doing something, you know. But yeah, it's just that, yeah, not being afraid to branch out of your bubble and not being afraid to like suck at something for a little bit, you know. It's a weird thing. But yeah, my first paintings were terrible. Like they're so bad, they're just nothing, like there's nothing to them at all. But eventually after a few months, you know, got to look like something cool. But again, you didn't see the 15 paintings I made before that. You only see the ones behind me now. You know what I mean? That's all anyone really cares about, you know. Every single one of it, like your favorite artists, your favorite entrepreneurs, the one thing I hear from every kind of successful person is that they failed. They failed more than they won. An event, you just see them winning now because they finally won, you know, but they had to lose 100,000 times before that to even learn, like, to criticize and learn what they needed to improve upon or what they need to adjust and things like that. You know, that's what learning is, you know, no losses, only lessons, you know, that's what you got to look at it like. And so, you know, but don't get me wrong, it's tough. It's tough when you do put effort into something and think it's good and then you put it out and it flops and you're like, oh, I thought I was cool. I thought I put the effort in. I thought I did what I needed to. But again, you got to take that opportunity. What was lacking? What didn't the people like about it? What was missing in there in the equation or the formula? And maybe I can do it next time again, you know, but then you got to pick yourself up and go do it again, you know, which is annoying. I get it. I know it is. You get burnt out, but I guess that's the process, you know, got to love the process of what you're doing. That's half the battle. You know, I love painting. So if I make a crappy painting, well, okay. You know, I like painting though. So it's okay. I didn't waste that time. I just didn't make any money off of it, you know, type of a deal.